So we want to implement functionality of QR scanner in our application. So for that we'll use one library, search Zinc Android Embedded and open the first library by Journey Apps. It is using Apache license 2.0. Open that license. As you can see, we have permissions for commercial use, modification, distribution, patent use and private use. We need to show that license and attribution. So we will use this URL for showing it as their homepage. So close all tabs and open about activity. In about activity, we go to legal information and thereby we go to credits activity. So open activity credits, and here we created one linear layout for material design icon. So copy the entire layout one more time, then change name, that is change text of text view to Zinc Android Embedded and extract string resource. Then instead of home page MDI, we will use home page Zinc, and instead of view license MDI, we will use view license Zinc as ID of those text views. Now we will reference those in onCreate. So first of all, we will reference home page Zinc, then we will reference view license Zinc, and we'll set on click listener for homepage Zinc and view license Zinc. Just copy paste those two else if conditions and change from homepage MDI to homepage Zinc, and change from view license to view license Zinc. Now our material design icons also use Apache license 2.0 and our Zinc library also uses that license. So we will call view license directly over here. Instead of showing app not found for opening privacy policy, we'll just show app not found over here and over here. And for homepage URL, we'll just copy paste this URL that will open GitHub repository web page of Zinc Android Embedded, and instead of this Android resource Zinc-Android-Embedded, we will use this name as text. You can directly go to the resource by pressing Ctrl, then after hovering that, as you can see, our mouse pointer is changed to hand-shaped icon, and when we click on that resource, it will directly go to that resource location. So we are ready with homepage and view license of Zinc library. Now open Gradle file of app module, and in that we'll add this dependency and sync our project, so it will add that library to our application. You can see their documentation. Hardware acceleration is required since texture view is used. Make sure it is enabled in your manifest file. So open Android manifest file, and in the application tag, currently we don't have it, so add hardware accelerated to true, and we will update our WebKit dependency also to the newer version 1.7.0 and sync our project. Then after that we will analyze our code to check if there are any new warnings, since we updated our WebKit dependency to version 1.7.0. Now we do not have any new warnings after updating our dependency. Now we will rebuild our project and see if it works fine. So this library Zing Android Embedded requires camera permission for barcode scanning to function. It is automatically included as part of the library on Android 6. It is requested at runtime when the barcode scanner is first opened. When using barcode view directly instead of intent integrator or capture activity, you have to request the permission manually before calling barcode view resume, otherwise the camera will fail to open. But we will use intent integrator, hence there is not any need to ask for camera permission, and there is not any need to declare that camera permission in our Android manifest, because it is automatically included as part of the library. So our Gradle build is finished, it's rebuilding, and we do not have any errors, so we are fine. Now we can continue with our barcode scanner. Now that library automatically includes camera permission in our application manifest file as part of the library, but we will do one thing. Open Android manifest file, we'll just declare it already, and that library will handle other part of this runtime permission for us when we use that library in our application. And after declaring it, we will declare uses feature android.hardware.camera, and we will set required to false, because if we don't use that barcode scanner, then also our app's other functionality will work fine. Hence we'll set required false because it is not mandatory. Users can skip that, and our other functionality of app will just work fine. Now open web_row.xml file. Here, as you can see, we have image button in homepage CL in app bar layout inner. We'll give it ID, QR code scanner IB. Now open normal type survey adapter. Now in viewholder class, we are referencing tab fs controls inner from homepage CL. So we will declare final image button QR code scanner IB, and we will reference it from homepage CL itself, and we will set on click listener for QR code scanner IB to view holder dot this, and in on click listener of view holder we'll create else if id is equal to r.id.qr code scanner IB, and in this case we will create try block. We'll use intent integrator from Zing library is equal to new intent integrator, and we will pass main activity. So in 4.3.0 version, intent integrator is deprecated, so we will use its 4.2.0 version. So in version 4.3.0 of this library, that intent integrator is deprecated, and we can use scan options and scan contract instead. So when you see documentation of that library, usage with scan contract, so we need to register the launcher and result handler, and then we can launch it and we can customize its options. So we will not declare this intent integrator, just open main activity. In this we will declare final activity result launcher of the type scan options. We'll call it QR launcher, is equal to register for activity result, and we'll pass new scan contract. We'll import it, and thereafter we will copy paste the remaining code. So if get contents are not equal to null, then we have contents of QR code, else will show toast unable to find contents of, will just show toast unable to find contents. So extract string resource and just passed resource ID. Else if get contents is not equal to null, then we have contents. So here we will show QR content show sheet. Now in the QR code scanner IB, we can launch our QR code launcher of activity, that is this one. So we'll use main activity dot launch main activity dot QR launcher dot launch, and it will accept scan options. So we can customize scan options and then launch that launcher. So just copy those scan options before launching statement, and we will import those. There are various options available, but as you can see in the first example, we can just provide new scan options. So we'll just do that. Instead of using those options, we'll just provide a new instance of scan options to it, and thereafter we will catch exception E and we'll show toast from main activity, and we'll pass r dot string dot unable to find contents. Now after launching this, after getting result, if the get contents is not equal to null, we want to show that content in QR content show sheet. So we will create a new sheet in sheets package. We will call it QR content show sheet. Now it will require layout. So we will create a new layout resource in layout directory. We will call it pop-up QR content. We will use constant layout with height and width match parent. We will add padding of 10 dp. Inside this constant layout, we will add one text view with the layout width and height wrap content. Then we will set its ID as scanner data TV. We will set its text scan data, and we will extract string resource. We will set top to top of parent. We will set start to start of parent. Then we will set end to start of name HSV. Then we will set change style to packed. Then we will set, before setting change style, we will set bottom to top of @ID barrier. After setting change style, we will set horizontal weight 1. We will set text style to bold. We will set text appearance to text appearance headline 7. We will set its text color as attribute primary text. We will set vertical bias to 0.5, and we will collapse its empty tag. Then after that text view, we will add one horizontal scroll view with a layout width 0 dp and layout height wrap content. We will set fill viewport to true and scroll bars to null. We will add margin start of 10 dp. Then we will add margin end of 10 dp. We'll give it id name hsv. We'll set top to top of parent, then start to end of scan data tv, end to end of parent, bottom to top of barrier. We'll set horizontal weight to 1, and we'll set vertical bias to 0.5. In that horizontal scroll view, we will add one text view with the layout width and height wrap content. We'll set its id content tv. We'll set max lines to 1. We'll set text appearance to subtitle 1. Text appearance subtitle 1. Then we'll set its text to unknown, and we'll extract string resource. It already exists, so we'll use that. We'll set its text color as primary text. Then we'll collapse its empty tag. After this horizontal scroll view, we will add one barrier with the layout width and height wrap content. We'll give it id barrier. We'll set barrier direction as top. We'll use reference IDs, share button, copy button, and load button, and we'll collapse its empty tag. After that barrier, we will add material button with the layout width 0 dp and height wrap content. We'll set its ID to share button. We'll set icon to round share. We'll set its text share. Then we will set its style custom tool button style. We'll set top to bottom of scanner data tv. Then we will set change style, horizontal change style, spread. We'll use horizontal weight 1. We'll set start to start of parent and end to start of @id copy button, and we will collapse its empty tag. Then just copy this button tag one more time. We'll keep layout with 0 dp and height wrap content. We'll set id copy button, and we will use content copy. We'll set its text copy, and we will extract string resource. Then we will set top to bottom of scanner data tv. We will use horizontal weight 1, but we will remove this horizontal change style. We will set end to start of load button, and we will set, after removing start to end of, we will set start to end of share button. Now just copy this tag one more time, change id to load button, and we will use return keyboard background. We'll set its text to load now, and extract string resource. It already exists, so we will use it directly. Then we will set top to bottom of scanner data tv. We will keep horizontal weight 1, but we will set end to end of parent, and we will set start to end of copy button. For share button, we will set start to start of parent. So now our 3 buttons are visible. Now for our text view, we need to pass data to our QR content show sheet. So when we show QR content show sheet, we'll create a try block. We'll create new QR content show sheet. We'll call it, we'll declare QR content show sheet is equal to new QR content show sheet. Then we will use bundle and we will put string. We will give it key content, and then we will use result dot get contents. So it is returning a string, so we are putting that in bundle. After that we will set sheet dot set arguments, and we will pass our bundle, and we will call sheet dot show, and we will pass main activity dot this dot get support fragment manager, and we will pass QR content show sheet as tag. We'll catch exception and ignore it to avoid any crash. Instead that we will show toast r.string.oops general message. It is producing those two errors because currently we do not define our QR content show sheet code. So just open theme sheet and copy the whole code from theme sheet to QR content show sheet, and replace theme sheet dot with blank. Then at the top declare private toast and set it to null value initially. We are going to use pop-up QR content layout over here, and we'll declare one more method, load QR data, and we will pass string content as parameter. Now in the on view created, first of all we will reference bundle using get arguments, then we will reference string of bundle. We'll call it content is equal to bundle dot get string, and we will pass key content because we are supplying it over here as content. Now as you can see, errors are gone. Now after that we'll reference final text view content TV is equal to view dot find view by id r.id dot content TV. Then we will set text to that content TV using set text method, and we will pass content string. But before that we will do one thing. We'll create boolean content not empty. We'll set it initially to false value. Then we will check if helper text utility dot is not empty content. If the content string is not empty, then only we will set text of content TV, and we will set content not empty to true. Now we'll reference final material button, share button, copy button, load button from pop-up QR content. Those are three buttons. So there is one typo in share button. Now after that we will create boolean final content not empty is equal to content not empty. Then we will create view dot on click listener. We will call it on click listener is equal to new view dot on click listener. In that we will store id of view using get id. Then we will check if id is equal to r dot id dot share button. Then in that case we will create a try block. In the try block we will check if final content not empty. Then first of all we will dismiss our sheet Then we will create a new intent. We will call it share. Just import android.content.intent is equal to new intent, and we will pass intent dot action sent. Then we will set share dot set type and normalize, and we want text / plain type. Then we will put extra intent dot extra text, and we will pass content. Then we will get activity and start activity. We will use intent dot create chooser, and we will pass share intent, and we will pass get context dot get string r dot string dot share via. If it is empty, then in the else part we'll show toast. We'll pass get context to it, and we'll show toast r dot string dot cannot share empty link. Instead of that we have content, so we will create cannot share empty content, and we will extract string resource and pass it over here. So we will create show toast method in our QR content show sheet, private void show toast. It will accept context, and it will accept integer resource ID. Then we will check if toast is not equal to null. Then first of all we will cancel it using toast dot cancel. Then we will assign toast is equal to new toast. Then we will just refer to show toast of main activity and use the whole code over here. And instead of main activity dot this, we will pass context, and we will pass resource ID to it. We have two warnings, so we will suppress those by adding annotation no inspection constant conditions. Then in case of exception E, will show toast, pass get context r dot string dot oops general message, and we will suppress warning by using no inspection constant conditions, because we are using get context over here also. Then we will check else if id is equal to r dot id dot copy button. In that case, again we will create a try block. So we have redundant suppression, so just remove it. There is not any need. In this try block, we will check if final content not empty. If it is not empty, then we will create instance of clipboard manager, and we will use view.getContext.get system service, and we want context dot clipboard service. We will cast it to clipboard manager. We will create clip data. Clip data is equal to clip data dot new plain text. Will pass label as content, and will pass content to it. Then we'll check if clipboard manager is not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, then we will use clipboard manager dot set primary clip, and we will pass clip data, and we will show toast. We will pass get context, and we will show toast r dot string dot copied to clipboard. Else if it is null, then we will show toast. We will pass get context r dot string dot oops general message, that is something went wrong. In the case of exception E, we will show the same toast, something went wrong. Now for the load button case. Just copy this try catch block. We'll check if final content is not empty. If it is not empty, then first of all we will dismiss sheet QR content sheet dot this dot dismiss. Then we will call listener dot load QR data, and we will pass content to it, and we will remove listener, our old listener of theme sheet. If it is empty, then in the else part we'll show toast. We'll pass get context, and we'll pass r dot string dot cannot. We'll create new string cannot load empty content, and we'll extract string resource. Then we'll just pass its resource ID, and we'll complete our on click listener. Then we'll set share button dot set on click listener to on click listener, load button dot set on click listener, and copy button dot set on click listener. Now we are ready with our QR content show sheet, but in our main activity we need to override load QR data method. So we will override QR content show sheet dot bottom sheet listener, and we'll implement method load QR data. In that we'll create a try catch block to avoid any crash, and we'll use load QR search query method, and we'll pass content to it. Else, in case of exception, we'll show toast r dot string dot oops, something went wrong. Now we need to create load QR search query in normal type survey adapter. So after constructor we'll declare void load QR search query string content. So just copy the whole code from load voice search query to load QR search query, and we do not have search dialog, so we'll remove this. And our QR scanner button is present on the home page CL itself, so it is visible, so we will not check it. We will directly call set clear history. After that we will set visibility to invisible of home page CL, and we will set is HPC visible to false, and instead of keyword here we have content, and the rest of the code is same. Now we are ready with our code. Now we'll test it on emulator. So it is asking for permission, and when we press allow, since this is emulator, as you can see it is working fine. It will work fine on the real device. Since this is emulator, it is showing the demo. You can test our functionality on the real device. It will work fine. So in the next video I will share important note with you